I knew it was gonna catch you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome back, guys.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome back to The Perspective. You know it's your girl Raylene and Destinee here.
And I'm Destinee Denise.
And welcome back to The Perspective. How was your week this week, Destinee?
It was great. Celebrated my mom's 50th birthday.
Hey.
Shout out to moms.
Happy birthday, E&G.
And on top of that, celebrated my parents' anniversary. I told my dad he was crazy for marrying my mom on her birthday because it's like everything is like so, like for me as an adult, it hits my pockets. Like you got Mother's Day on the 14th, then her birthday and the anniversary on the 23rd. Like, and then my dad, he be having his hand on. I'm like, you want an anniversary gift? Like I am the gift. Like y'all birthed me. Like hello, 23 years in the making. And then he like. If you and your husband get married, I'm gonna get y'all a gift. I said, yeah, right. My dad is so cheap. Like, he remind me of Julius off of Everybody Hates Chris. Like, that's 30 cents worth of ketchup. Like, yeah, it's bad. But how was your week?
My week was good, you know. Turned up with y'all this weekend at the family function for Angie's 50th birthday.
I always turn up.
Other than that, it was just chill, work.
I don't care. What's new?
Work.
When you
and
say
for
that,
my URN people, if y'all know, work. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get into this week's topics for The Perspective. Last week, a couple of weeks ago, we hit y'all with the goal digging, you know, your dreams. You know, now we're going to talk about, like, the opposite of that.
Yeah, the dark
your challenges, your setbacks, and what helps you get to those goals and dreams today. So, question of the day, you guys. How would you best describe the words challenges and setbacks? Want to go? Me?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first this week. For me, how I would describe a challenge is something that you either have to mentally or physically push yourself over. It's something that pushes that limit to you. I feel like a setback is something that happens, like a certain situation. Challenges could be anything. Like waking up in the morning could be a challenge for you. It's not really a setback. It's a challenge getting up in the morning. It's challenging probably your mental because it's like, oh, I'm not used to waking up this early in the morning.
Yeah,
and it's challenging your body physically because your body is so like it's still be in sleep mode, but your brain be up. But your body be in sleep mode. Setbacks is something, say for example, I'm saving up and for, something, a goal, and my car messes up. And I have to stop saving and take that money to fix my car. That's a setback to me. So that's why when they use the terms major setback, minor setback for a major comeback, that's a situation. But the challenges could be every day it's a different challenge. Okay. That's how I describe it.
All right. Well, how I described it was challenge. I said challenges can mean two things. Challenges can mean to accept a duel between somebody. Like I accept your challenge. Like like card games.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. Like in competition wise. And then I said another way of a form of a challenge could be to go through something that you're like. To go through something that is difficult. Like you said, waking up in the morning. It could be, working on yourself, your inner flaws.
Yeah.
Just little things. And then I say, like setbacks is, I made a definition for it. I said the reversal in life that stops you for your peace, your abundance, whatever goal it is. Like pretty much you got the same answer. Like,
right. Except I kind of disagree on the reversal of life because sometimes setbacks are implemented in your life for a reason. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a part of your process. Like, they say God never put you through things he know you couldn't handle.
Yeah.
It's like that.
I don't mean, like, life in, like, literal terms.
I know. But I'm just saying, like, because some people think that, speaking of setbacks and challenges, they think that setbacks aren't supposed to happen in their life.
Yeah.
That's a part of life.
Exactly.
And that's where the acceptance comes in. I always tell people the first step to recovery is admitting it. Admitting and accepting that this is a setback for you. A lot of people be in denial. Like, when certain things happen, you see, oh, no, I'm going to get on, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Like, no, accept it, work on it, and progress forward. You'll never progress forward if you never really recognize the setback itself.
Exactly.
You know, some people lose their jobs. Like, I was one of those people who lost my job at one point in time, and it was a setback for me. And at first, the first like month of it, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little secret. I was unemployed for like 5 months. So the first like month or two, I was in denial. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get an interview this week. Like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that. Like, oh, it ain't nothing. Like, I'm gonna get money. But in all actuality, I had to really sit down and figure out, why is this a setback for me? Yeah. What went wrong for it to set me back? Is it myself? Is it the things around me? You know? And in order for that to happen, I really had to sit down and think about it. Like, and push forward after it, because, you know, a whole lot of things were in play, I guess, little ingredients to the equation that we're going to get into, but yeah, all that.
So would you say that was probably like one of the most hardest challenges for you?
Losing my job?
Being unemployed. Was that like a hard challenge for you?
No.
Okay.
No. It was a challenge being broke, but
okay.
It wasn't a challenge like as far as like the hardest thing in my life that I've been through.
Okay.
I'm a warrior. I'm on one today.
I see. I really see. So what would you say, like, so what would be your hardest challenges and setbacks? Okay, you went first the first time. I'll go. Okay.
Go ahead, Ray.
All right. One of my hardest challenges, I'm not going to say setback, challenge, is seriously being the only female supervisor in my job. That's a challenge for me because I stick out. I'm a woman. A lot of men feel like, you know, women cannot be in this position of power or authority. Mm-hmm. And it's just kind of fucked up, because it's like, I do my job. I do my job very well, and right. I love my job. And it's like, I'm always being criticized on the job, no matter what. Whether it's because it's like when one guard do something wrong, every single guard, it's like a domino effect. And then it's like, they're not looking at them, they're looking at me. It's a reflection of me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating, but I wake up every day with a positive attitude, and I go to my job and I get my money. That's what I have to do. And nothing or no one can stop me in getting away in that. Like, I'm all about my dollar. Mm-hmm. I gotta be.
Secure the bag.
2017. Secure the bag.
We say that every show. Secure the bag.
You know who I got that from?
Who?
One of my coworkers.
Secure the bag.
Shout out to Tiana. That's who I got it from.
Oh my goodness.
And another challenge, the hardest challenge for me would pretty much being like my temper, you know, them little white lies and stuff like that. I'm not saying I'm lying, but just saying like, you like things, okay, like
you just said white lies, but I'm not saying I'm lying. What is the prefix of lying?
Okay,
lie, liar. You.
No. No. What I'm saying is like, say for instance, on a job, like, should I try to lie my way out? Or should
I get it. Okay, you know what?
Saying.
Now I'm connecting the dots. I'm a person, I connect the dots. So you think of like white collar crimes, white lie, white people, boom,
white shirt.
What did the white shirt have to do with my connection?
Because
you just messed it all up. Now I just think of a whiteboard. White shirt. You just cleared my whole vision. I'm pretty sure the listeners was like, I get where you going, Destiny. Like, white collar crime, white liars, white lie, like
white
that.
people. I was just not like that. No.
All right. Andre 3000. Okay. One of my hardest challenges, I have a hardest challenge and a hardest setback. For me,
too. Okay, go.
My hardest challenge was, I would say my hardest challenge is my attitude, because I'm just coming around to recognizing my attitude. Like, some people, I don't know why everybody called me mean, and I'd be like, I'm not mean. Like, blunt, yes. Straightforward, hell yeah. But mean, no. Like, there's not a mean bone in this precious little body of mine, except when you cross me. Now that I have no filter, no care, no recognition, no fucks generally, but when I say my attitude is because I find myself getting, it's kind of part of a temperamental thing, but it's easy for my emotions and energy to get affected. And I said I really have to work on not letting people get me out of character. So like maybe 5 months ago, if for example my sister or like a guy or anybody come at me correct, I'm coming back 10 times harder. But I'm like, why fight fire with fire? Like the real term of kill 'em with kindness, hit him with a okay. Like, you mad? Okay. You ain't? Okay. Like, and it just shuts everything down, and it prevents my emotions and my energy from really, like, being uproar. Because, like I tell Raylene, it's kind of irritating, like, when I get mad at somebody, I'm more so mad at myself that I let myself get out of character over this person. That's where I'm more so mad at. I'm not really, generally, most of the time, I'm not really mad at tripping off a situation. Like, people say they're going to do what they do. Like, it's life. But as long as I'm protecting myself and my energy, I won't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, it's a challenge because people be really coming at me crazy. And I be like, do you know who you talking to right now? like it be to the point where I just be like, let me step away. Let me go breathe.
Okay.
You know, it's better.
That's what I'm working on.
It's a better state of mind because once you're riled up about a situation or a person, it's hard to come back down. Like, you be irritated, you be thinking about it, like, you be telling your friends about it, like, and you just be...
You can't sleep. Yeah, you lose your appetite.
To a certain extent, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. To a certain extent.
I'm just saying, these are symptoms and signs.
That's extreme. But for the, you know, the baby steps... It's you be sitting there and you be in your feelings, quote unquote. Like, maybe people don't realize it, but you be in your feelings. If you let someone affect your emotions to where you're thinking about it, it's in your thought process, it's a part of your conversation, you're in your feelings. Like, and that's what I mean when people need to admit and recognize what they're doing and, you know, what's going on. A lot of people don't like to admit that they're in their feelings. I don't know why. Like it's a crime or something. It's a pride
thing. It's more so.
Definitely, that's part of the ego, and I'm a soulful person, so I'm all up in my emotions, all up in my feelings. I'm gonna give you whatever emotion, whatever feeling. You're gonna know when I'm happy. You're gonna know when I'm mad. You're gonna know when I'm sad. You're gonna feel it. Like, we're human.
It's just some people, they be having pride issues and don't want nobody to know that they in their feelings.
Whatever. But my major setback in my life was going through depression. During the time that I lost my job, I developed depression. And it was a rough period. Like, I gained, like, so much weight. I was dang near 300 pounds. Like, it was... I ate my feelings. I felt like it was just me by myself. I became kind of like an introvert, a hermit, so to speak. Like, I didn't really feel comfortable in my own skin. I wasn't loving myself the way that I was supposed to be loving myself. Because they say self-love is the best love. And instead of me finding the love in myself, I was trying to look for it in other people. Friends, my family, like men. Well, not even men, guys, because they ain't, you know, the boys. But anyways, yeah, so that was one of my biggest setbacks in my life, and it ultimately shaped and made me who I am today. Because during that period, I thought about it. I'm like, okay, I'm in this position for a reason, and it's not anything that can be thrown at me that I cannot handle. This is not life or death. This is just ultimately about me pushing forward and living the life that I really, truly am here and destined to live. So once I realized that, and I just really found my purpose. Like, I tell people all the time, find your purpose. If you find your purpose, life is just gonna unlock for you. It's just gonna start unraveling. Like, some people's life, you know, unravel quicker than others, but once that unravel process starts and you on that right path, that wave of just abundance, it feels so good. it's the one of the best feelings I've ever felt, like, better than sex, like, because it's just, you're in your own, you know, you're on the right path. Like,
exactly.
It's that gut feeling. You just know, like, this is what I'm doing, and I love it. Like, and it's just after that, I just start seeing the love in everything, the love in my friends, the love in my family, and just trying to make my life as whole and complete and as positive as possible. Because coming through that dark tunnel and seeing the light, and now that I have the light and it's shining and I'm glowing, melanin popping, I don't want to ever be in the dark, like, ever. So
I would say my major setback is two things, and I'm gonna make it real short and real quick. One of my setbacks with me, this has always been a challenge, not even a challenge, a major setback in my life is financial, trying to like save my money. And it's so hard because I always want to get something, and it's
mind over matter.
I know. And
mind over materialism, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's like, that's really one of my setbacks, because I'd be thinking, you know, if I wouldn't have bought this, I could have had this. Or if you know, if I would have saved up for this, I can be able to do this. And, you know, do the things that I see myself doing and having fun and stuff like that. And another one of my setbacks, honestly, is lying, because that set me back from a lot. Set me back from my family, set me back from my friends. I started to lose loved ones around me because I lied so much. And it just made me realize that, you know, as uncomfortable as it is to tell the truth, I'd rather you tell me the truth, even to other people. Like, I'd rather tell you the truth than not tell you the truth at all. Why? Because when I really understood the phrase, the truth shall set you free, the truth literally shall set you free. Mm-hmm. And I learned a lot from that. And that's what made me, you know, become the woman that I am, and realize that it's okay to tell the truth in your own way, as blunt as you want to, whatever, as long as you got it out and it's what you feel. And I mean, why? And I just kind of feel like trying to cover yourself over a lie, and you piling lie on top of lie, and then you can't remember the first lie because you just told so many freaking lies.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you know, the person that you lying to, they're going to be looking at you like in a whole other light that you don't want to be looked into like that.
Because I'm the type of person, I be clocking. I be like, I'm like a recorder. I like keep a mental note. I don't know why. I keep a mental note of a lot of things that people say just for future reference. Because you just never know when you might have to bring it up in the conversation. And that's why men think women, sorry, totally off topic. Men think women just sit and just ponder on things. No, we have like a library of thoughts in our head, okay? And it goes way back, because my memory goes back to when I was 2. So, you know, I'm A1 with the memory, like an elephant. But yeah, that was off topic. I just wanted to throw that out there, like a Snapple fact, I guess.
Snapple fact, huh? All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and go on a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about, you know, the challenges and setbacks within our family, community, and how you can overcome it all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Yeah, check it out.
Doing it well.
I'm doing it.
Hey,
Brooklyn.
All right. Welcome back to The Perspective. If you're just now tuning in, we're talking about the challenges and setbacks that goes on through our everyday lives.
Yes.
Now, this week's mind blank. Come again. Take 2. This week's episode on The Perspective, What's Your Perspective segment. We're talking about life changes that go on with, you know, relations, family, friends, with the challenges and setbacks. So starting off with relationships, what would be like your challenge and a setback in a relationship?
Okay, for me, I would say the challenge is being able to connect with someone on a deeper level below the surface. I am a self-proclaimed conscious woman, so my topics and conversations are a little bit more interesting. They're a little bit more intriguing than the typical "what you doing, how was your day, what you watching, what you eating" type conversations. Like, that's so high school. So the challenge for me is finding someone on that level, and also I would say the deepness also comes into play with my emotions and my feelings. Like, I tell people, I am either hot or cold. There's no in between with me. Either I'm rocking with you and you rocking with me, or we're not rocking at all. Like, I'm not into situationships. I'm not into casual sex. I'm not into just wasting my time because I have so much going. And like I said before the break, I had that period of darkness in my life, and it was just so much going. I lost friends. Like it was like relationships problems, like all type of things. So now at the point in my life, I'm not here for the BS. I'm not here. I have enough guy friends. I have enough, female friends. I don't want my time being wasted. I don't want my energy being wasted. I would say a setback for me in relationships. Oof. I've been single for a minute, so I would say probably a setback for me would definitely probably be my attitude, because I don't play that. So you can thank my mom for that, because she raised me, and my brothers, they raised me to don't play that. Like, so I don't play that. Period. You do something that rubs me the wrong way, I'm gonna let you know. And that's the difference between me and I see a lot of my peers, like a lot of females, not speaking on majority, but just a nice little chunk of y'all be giving in to these men so easily, like submitting when they're not worthy of it, so to speak. Like me, I hold myself as a queen, so I'm gonna want a king, but I'm not gonna treat you like a king and call you a king if you're not acting like a king and treating me like a queen. To that. And I see a lot of women being submissive to these men who are not showing king-like behavior. Period. Like, so I'm not going to treat you like that. That's what I call boyfriend behavior. Boyfriend, you get the boyfriend privilege. I'm not doing all of that. So these guys, they be, oh, you playing. When you going to pull up? What? Like, no, when are we going out? And when I mean going out, I don't mean going to the most expensive restaurant.
Thank you.
I don't mean going and spending money. We could go to the park. We could go walk at the beach and talk. But what I'm not about to do is just pull up to your house. This not, because you ain't pulling up to my house. I promise y'all, it's only been 2 guys that seen my bedroom, and I promise y'all they didn't even sit on my bed. Like, they sat in my computer chair. Like, so I'm really, really, really particular in how I deal with these men out here, because let me keep reiterating, I don't play that. So yeah, that's my setbacks, and they think I got a bad attitude, and I just be like, no, I don't have time for the games.
Exactly.
Like, I have so much going in my life, so much positive good. Why do I have to keep explaining myself to someone? Why do I have to keep feeling like I'm like low-key begging for your attention?
Thank you.
No, like, I don't have to do that. Like, I can do bad all by myself. I'm really doing great by myself. So
thank you.
I don't need you in the equation to mess up my energy, making me all irritated and flustered. And because, like I tell people, once you allow one dark cloud in one part of your life, it's going to eventually rain on the rest of your life. Like, it's like a domino effect. It just goes. Once it go, it just boop, 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 boop. It just be like the pinball machine. Like, it just be going everywhere. Like, I don't have time for that.
You really just took the words out of my mouth. I promise you, like, you was really preaching to me, girl. I'll be really looking at my paper like, damn it, Destiny, I should have went first.
All right, I'll be really go first. The next one.
But I would just say a challenge in a relationship for me is being myself. And I put this down for friends and relationships because I went through the exact same thing with both. It's crazy. In the relationships, I felt like, the significant others that I was with, they was really judgmental with me. Like, I feel like they never understood me.
Yeah.
And I'm different, and I have no problem with being different. I love the fact that I'm different. Like,
you're not different. You limited edition, girl.
Hey! That's gonna be my caption on Instagram. Yeah.
You limited edition. The Raider edition. That's what I feel like everybody is. Everybody's limited edition. Like
I'll be telling people, like, when I come across your path, when I come across your, when we
intersect.
Yes.
Got you.
When we intersect 50 years from now, my goal is for you to think back and be like, man, I met this one girl. Her name was Raylene, and she was dope.
Yeah, you just want to make an imprint on somebody. You just want your carbon footprint on this earth. I feel you.
Exactly. That's how I always look at life. I've always been that way, and it's like when I be myself, I promise you I get the looks. You weird. I be like, so? I don't care. Because I'm going to be myself. And eventually, somebody going to love me for me. It's okay.
Yep, it's somebody for somebody.
hopefully I find that man in my life.
Are you putting out a mating call? Was that a mating call?
Yes,
You grabbed the braids and the
officially,
tongue?
yes. That's me saying I'm single. I'm kidding.
That was for sure her man. Get in them DMs. Get in them DMs.
No, not even. Okay. And then, like, my setback in a relationship was lying. Seriously. Because I messed up relationships. I was a liar my whole life. I have no problem admitting that. And I have no problem accepting that. And I have no problem moving forward. That I lost 3 relationships over it. Like, 3 relationships because I lied so damn much.
Liar, pants on fire, huh?
Literally.
Girl, you flaming hot.
And I have no problem admitting these things and my flaws. And, I'm not that person anymore. When I was with those men, I'm a totally different woman. I transformed. And that's what life is about, transforming.
Real. That's real. What they say, that's love. That's love.
I need love.
Okay.
Oh, cool, Jay.
I would say, since you spoke on friends, I would say my challenge with friends once again.
Oh yeah, come on. What's your challenge with friends?
This is my friend. I gotta answer this with caution. Okay, my challenge with friendships, I would say. You see, I keep glancing over. Because I want to know what she gonna say. Okay. Past, because now my circle of friends, we are A1. Like, shout out to the squad. I love y'all. But in the past, I would say my challenge with friends would be just ultimately worrying about being accepted, like being who I am. Because like I said, I'm a deep thinker. Like, I like to talk about far out stuff, like not crazy weird, but just general topics that's not your everyday typical 23-year-old woman would talk about. Like, I'm really heavy into politics. I love just learning. I'm a nerd, so I think that was my challenge with my friendships. Another thing, a challenge with friends, I would say, in the past, it was just really not standing up for myself. Because it was past situations where friends who I'm no longer friends with now, like, said certain things and did certain things. And looking back on it, I kind of wish I would have reacted differently. But, you can't, I have no regrets about it, because ultimately I cut those people out of my life. But, like, the certain situations that happen, it's just like, friends wouldn't do that. Like,
man,
friends wouldn't do that. Like, period. Because I'm the type of person, like I said, when you're in my circle, I am so compassionate and supportive. I go 100% for my friends and my loved ones. If you're in my close circle, I'm always motivating you and trying to. Sometimes it comes off as harsh, but it's all love at the end of the day. It's coming from my heart. It's not coming from a malicious or anything that has ill intent attached to it. Like, everything I do is out of love. So when I would get hurt by some of the things that my so-called friends would say and do, it would just be like, wow. And at that time, I was going through depression. So just imagine, like, and that's what I was saying earlier. I was looking for that happiness, that love in other people. So I was going through this secret battle, because when I was going through it, I didn't tell anybody. So when I was going through it and I'm trying to look for love in these people, but I'm not directly telling them, like, yo, I'm going through depression, help me. Like, I'm just trying to get that love. I'm just trying to chill, vibe. And certain things are just being thrown at me. And it was just weighing me more and more down like an anchor. It was like I was sinking. I was in the sunken place, y'all. Like, I was in the sunken place. So I promise, like, it felt so bizarre, because it's like, what? Like, why? And you don't question life, because everything happens for a reason. Exactly. So I just had to figure out how I was going to maneuver through that, like, boop, 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 like a maze, and get on out. But yeah, life.
And what would be your, setback when it comes to friends? Within yourself, like, what was a setback?
Allowing other people's influences affect me. And when I say that, I mean, it was some things that, certain situations or certain things that happened, and I wasn't necessarily peer pressure, but I would just keep it. I'm gonna keep it a band and say I was weak-willed. Like, like I said, I didn't stick up for myself. I didn't say no. I didn't oppose it. I didn't, be like, yo, and it wasn't until maybe a year after that to where I was like, wait, no, this is not how I want to live my life, like, as a yes man. I'm not nobody yes man. I'm gonna be my own yes man. Like, yes, Destinee, go out there and do what you love. Yes, Destinee, express your feelings. Yes, Destinee, live your life, be happy. But ultimately, I got rid of the dead weight, and now I got a lit squad. Yeah.
I would say my challenges and setbacks when it came to friends was my challenge was...
Wait, I thought you already said your challenge with friends. Was being yourself.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Girl, that's how I got on the friends with
family. Okay, I'm tripping.
Raylene,
I was relooking. My bad.
Get it together.
Look, I took a glance at my notes and I got confused. Now, family. What would you say the challenges and setbacks would be in family? Now, I would personally say with my family, I feel like the challenge... The challenge with my family, honestly, and I really dug deep with this one because I was really... Because this was a good question for family. And my challenge with my family is them... the older ones, the ones that come from the Texas, the senior citizens. I feel like it's hard for them to accept the younger generation and how we move, how we think, and how we act, and how we process things.
The millennials versus the baby boomers. That's what I call them.
That's exactly what it is in my family. And they don't understand. They don't understand us. Like,
definitely,
they don't understand us. They don't even want to get to understand us. It's like they way, no way,
and that's bad. But it's a condition.
They're not open minded to. Yeah, exactly. It's a condition thing because it goes back generation to generation, and that's not a problem. And still to this day, I still take on things that my aunts and my uncles has taught me as a young, as a young girl, and I still carry those, morals and values with me to this day, and I thank my family for that. But the challenge is in being open minded and accepting to how the world is today.
Definitely,
they're still boxed in the 60s.
You gotta break the box.
Setback. The setback in my family, honestly, is us being so separated. We so close yet separated. Like, we come together, but it's not the full enchilada. It's literally half. And somebody ain't show up because this cousin met at that cousin, or that auntie met at this person, or it's just like, I really genuinely feel like, as much as, my family and I fuss and fight, we all we got. We all we got. And I don't like the fact that, we got to celebrate somebody when they 6 feet under this earth. That's not how you're supposed to do it. We're supposed to love each other while we still here. And it's a challenge every day with me and my grandma. I could tell you that much, because we do not see the same eye to eye at all. But I still love that woman to this day because she's done so much for me. And my family, let's get it together. I just want us to just be able to come together. Like, like I said, if it's not how they,
yeah,
it's either they way or no way.
Yeah, I would say the challenge with my immediate family is, once again, our attitudes. Hello, family. Because honestly, it's a house full of hotheads. Like, we like fireworks in there. When one go off, it's like pew pew pew. And I always tell them, like, we need to work on that. Like, there's nobody who can get you more out of your character than your mama or your sister or your brother.
For
like, it's like they know which buttons to press. Like, they know exactly, and it's just like, dang, all right, I have, like Tammy say, I have risen. Like, you woke up the monster. Like, I would say setback. for my extended family would be, right, Raylene said, togetherness. I don't know when's the last. Now, back in the day, my family, every holiday, we was together. Like, the whole family, not just your immediate family, not just your aunties, the everybody, like, from, you know, different, you know, sections of the family tree. Like, everybody was together. And that's what I honestly miss, because growing up, me and my cousins, we were so close. Like, and I just knew growing up, we were just gonna, you know, and it's so sad now. Some of my cousins have children and I don't even know their names, you know, like, and it's because of the disconnect and the distance. And I feel like it, over the years, certain things just expanded, like, with the whole, like, unity just disappeared. Unity within, you know, because a lot of people, you see it on social media, like, everybody be talking about holidays ain't the same no more, yada, 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 da, da, da. Well, make it the same. Exactly. It's not going to change if you're just sitting there reflecting on shoulda, coulda, wouldas in past, you know, situations. Go out there and create, like I say, create your reality. Create the life you want to live. Exactly. Make it. You can do it. Like, exactly.
That's why I love throwing, like, backyard boogies and kickbacks and bonfires. I love stuff like that. Just come on, have a good time. Like, definitely. Despite if it's on my dime or not, even though it's not always going to be on my dime. But, you know, when I feel like I got it like that and do little things and little knick-knack stuff, I want people to come out because I love feeling everybody vibing, and having a good time. Like, when I see other people happy and enjoying it, it just lights a fire under me that I love so much. That's why I love doing stuff like that.
Dope. Definitely dope.
Moving along. Challenges and setbacks within our communities. Like you said, or you speaking of, I feel like one of the challenges in our black community is unity. We do not have that. None whatsoever. I feel like a lot of African Americans have a hard time accepting other African Americans for themselves. Like, for example, like, this gangbanging, this is so irritating. As a kid, I used to remember, like, I couldn't wear red or I couldn't wear blue, or I had to be conscious of what I wore. And I used to get so mad at my mom because she'd be like, what they gonna do? Like, I'm just wearing a color. I never knew how serious it was until, you know, the older you get and, you know, the more you see.
The more serious it gets, the more RIPs you see.
It is like, just to hear stories off of a dude getting shot because of the color of his shoestrings or the color of his t-shirt. It's just like, come on, you guys. Come on, people. Let's get back to, you know, being united as one. You know, we are our own worst enemy out here in these streets.
Definitely. We're bringing our own. We're exterminating our culture.
We're tearing us down instead of building us up.
With the, like you said, the setbacks. This is not my answer, but I'm just piggybacking. Like, that's true. Like, the drugs and, you know, everything.
You know.
Things that you can be doing a lot more positive than negative.
It's just like, and then a setback is just pretty much, you know, I feel like setbacks start with the gangs. I feel like that's our major setback within our community. Stop tagging on these walls. I kind of feel like if you're going to tag on a wall, put some art there. You got this talent of doing graffiti, right? Why would you want to graffiti a hood name or what set you from? Why can't you just graffiti some, like, a quote or something that's going, when you look at it, it could brighten up your day,
right?
You know, just stuff like that. Put your art and your craft into something different. If you're gonna make a gang, make it like how the Black Panthers was in the 70s. Everybody was together, unified, protecting their community instead of damaging it. That is our biggest setback as African Americans. And I just, oh my God, it just, every time we get on topics like this, I just get so, like, passionate, because it's like, I just want to do better for my community. I drive past my old community all the time and see how it used to look decent and nice, and now buildings just look all raggedy.
Like
and
Gandhi say, be the change you want to see in the world.
Exactly. And
go get it, right?
Exactly.
I feel like challenges in our community, I would say it's a long list of challenges that we have in our community. One being the resources. We don't get as much assistance as, you know, other cities. For example, the streets. These streets are horrible. I got a couple complaints against the city of LA for them potholes messing up my tires. Like, so That's one, will be the resources. So that's a challenge for our community. Create your own resources. That's a solution. Like, for example, when we were talking about Nipsey Hussle buying Black the Block, like, that's him creating his own resource of helping his community. Okay, y'all don't want to help, I'm gonna help. Like, exactly. And it's different areas. Like, not everybody has to go the entertainment or the art route. So you could be a doctor. Put a doctor's office in your community. Exactly. Don't go work for somebody else. Put a vet. Put a veterinarian's office if you want to be a vet. Put childcare. Put all of that. Like, it's so many things that you can build. I want people, the listeners, to Google Black Wall Street. Google it and just read up on it, because I read that. That's what ultimately we can get back.
That was in Oklahoma, right?
Yes. I would say another challenge would be mental disorders, because a lot of Black people, African Americans, we suffer from mental disorders, and we don't seek the proper help. Now, when I mean proper help, and I notice a lot of, like, when you speak of, like, therapists and things like that, Black people, I don't need no therapist, I don't need to talk to them about it, Well, go talk to somebody that you love and trust. Just get that off your mind, because I promise you, when you do, it's like a weight lifted off your shoulder. Cry. It's okay to cry. Let it out. If you hold it in, it's going to literally eat you alive. I tell people, negative emotions carry toxins that literally eat away at you. Like, it makes you sick. That's why people, they get so depressed and sad, they get sick. Because it does something to you. It's like a chemical imbalance. Another challenge I would say within the community is the judgment of passed on upon others.
Yes.
Everybody, like, I want to see everybody win. Women and men, I want to see everybody succeed. I'm not hating on the next person. If you got something that you pushing and I like it, I'm supporting it. I'm rocking with it. I'm not going to throw salt. I'm not going to try to, tarnish your name or tarnish what you got going, because I got myself. I have something going for myself, so I put in the shoe on the other foot. I wouldn't like it if somebody was doing that to me and what I have going. Now, granted, you are going to come across people who don't like what you do. It's life. But to have our own be so judgmental on our own, like, it's sad. It makes people become hermit crabs and be scared to be themselves.
Exactly.
For example, with being gay in the Black community, that, like, it's not as frowned upon as it was back in the day, but it still has its negative connotations. Let them people be who they are. Who they are has no effect on your life and what you're doing. It does not stop your train. It does not stop whatever wave you got going.
Absolutely.
Now, when you revert and take that negative energy and put it into something, that negative karma energy is going to come right back to you tenfold.
Exactly.
And people don't understand why their life is not going the way that they want it to go, because you're putting so much negative energy into your own culture.
Thank you.
You're putting so much out, and it's coming back to you like boomerangs. Boom, 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 boom. One at a time.
I got a story for that.
And that ultimately is what sets us back as a community.
Exactly.
We judge each other harder than coming together. Like, are y'all afraid to hug? Are y'all afraid to spread love? I sound like a hippie right now, but it's the truth. Like, are y'all afraid to spread love? Like,
absolutely.
And not in the love, like, I love you. Just spread a compliment. Just, I like what you're doing. Keep going. Like, I like that shirt.
Because you never know what that could do. A smile, a hi, a hug. You never know what that could do for somebody.
Definitely.
And I got a story about, how you were saying when you put negative out into the universe, how it come back to you. On Monday, I had a guy complain to me that he seen a mom at my job hit her child in a way that she would, not to hit a child. Yeah. So he took it upon himself to call CPS on this woman. Had the police come down to my job, investigate the woman, the kids, all that. Get to work this morning. Promise you, this lady pulled me to the side and was like, so that dad that was talking all that crap about me and my kids and how I hit my kid upside the head and all that? Mom got her kid taken. 2 days later. And I was like, you know what? And I told her,
the dad? The
dad that was talking about the other mom that he claimed.
He got his kid taken.
Yep.
Wow. Look
in a
at
matter
that.
of 48 hours.
Wow.
And it was just that she came and told me, she was like, I don't wish nothing. She was like, because she told that mom and that dad, like, I don't wish nothing upon you. I don't wish bad upon you for the fact that you came for me. I don't even know you guys. That's not cool. And she said, you know what? God got you.
Right.
She said, how you came for me, he gonna send back for you tenfold. She told me she just walked away. And 2 days later, her child is in the system.
Yeah, that's crazy. Don't be
in the snap of a finger.
That energy is real. Energy is real. Like, and that's how we're keeping ourselves down as a culture.
Exactly.
Those vibrations. If y'all been keeping up with us from season 1 and how I talked about vibrations and I wasn't allowed to talk about energy, but now I am. So that energy is real, and those vibrations carry. They stick to you like leeches. Like, so why not have something positive elevating you? Because the more positive, the higher you go.
Exactly.
The negative, the deeper you flow. Like, no, you don't want to be deep. Like, you don't want to be in a sunken place. And that's why a lot of things, the quote-unquote sunken place, like, a lot of things hold us down. The drugs, our own egos. Drop the ego. Become a soulful person.
You.
A lot of the egos, a lot of the things that are part of ego, we probably don't have time to get into it today, but we might gonna have to have a show on that because it's just a lot that we just need to break barriers and just push forward as a culture. I tell people, like, within the black community, we don't have culture. Yeah, we got our music, like our trap music and, certain fashions and trends and stuff and hairstyles. But when it comes down to it, like the real culture, we don't even have a language. We have slang. But we don't speak another language. How, Mexicans could break out in Spanish in front of us, and Asians could break out in what they speak, and them Armenians could break out in what they speak, but we can't break out. We're going to be like, what the hell you say? Like, what? Like, what? Like, and I put myself in that moment because I'm always in situations like that. Like, what you saying?
Here. And it's like they go talk to you and then turn to their little friend and be like,
yeah.
And I'll be like,
and I'll be like, you lucky I don't know Swahili or nothing. And that's why I've been on like a personal mission to learn. But it's like, if I learn Swahili, who I'm gonna talk to? Myself? I need somebody to talk with me. like so
even in the even in the island cultures, they don't really have a language like that either.
Wow,
like it's like it's not really necessarily a language; it's a slang out there too. Like if you listen to a patois, that's not a that's not a language. That's a slang. That's not. Everyone think like, oh, you speak Jamaican. I'm like, no. Patois is not. It's not like a language. It's a slang.
Yeah, it's like your accent and the way you say your words make it the patois.
Exactly. It's not even considered a language because the French brought them down there. That's how some Jamaicans know how to speak French. Like the older ones. Yeah. Because of history and stuff like that.
But moving along.
Now, the key to overcoming it all. You want to go? Me? First?
You go first.
Okay. The key, I said I was going to, the key to overlooking all of this and the key to getting through is believing in yourself. Every day when I wake up, it's this painting with a unicorn that says believe in your dreams. I always look at that and I tell myself, you know what, I'm living my dream, I'm going for my dream, and I'm going to make my dream become my reality. Right. I say that every single day. And to overcome your challenges, your setbacks, in order for you to have the biggest comeback in your life, it starts within yourself. It starts within yourself, and then it goes on from that. Your friends, your families, your peers, everything. It starts within yourself first. You have to believe in yourself. In order for you to get to where you gotta go, it starts with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to make that leap of faith. You have to jump. You have to take that risk. Why? Because if you fall, ain't nobody gonna be there to pick you up but yourself.
Right.
So you gotta be able to pick up yourself and continue to push forward. And not even within not even with your career. It could be with your friends. It could be with your family. It could be with your loved ones. Definitely. A dude you want to talk to. Whatever. You have to have the self-love within yourself to pursue anything that you need to do and want to do.
Right on.
And I just encourage each and every one that's listening to love yourself. Who gonna love you if you don't love yourself?
Can I get an amen?
Amen. For real.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Is it my turn?
You can go.
Okay. Destiny's Keys to Overcoming It All, Part 1. No, I'm just kidding. But For me, the key to overcoming it all would be, I already said this earlier, you gotta go to the dark in order to get to the light.
Yep.
So in order to overcome those challenges and setbacks, you have to recognize them. That's what it starts with. Recognizing what it is that's holding you back. And some people, it comes a little easier. Sometimes it is a challenge to recognize your challenges. But as long as you're working on it, life is a work in progress. Life is a never-ending book. It's a never-ending story. Like, so as long as you're working and progressing, you are on the right path. And then that's where self-love for me comes in. After you recognize those things that you need to fix, whether it's clear character flaws, whether it's, cutting certain people out, changing how you think, change how you act, that's when the self-love comes in. Because when you start to love yourself, it's ultimately going to affect, like Raylene said, every other part in your life. It's going to start with affecting you and how you think and how you act and how you feel. And it's just going to spill out and just ooze and just inch its way into every other part of your life. And once you, like I tell people, once you crack that code of self-love, life is not perfect. Things happen. Like we said earlier, setbacks and challenges are ultimately always going to happen. But as long as you keep a positive mindset to keep progressing and to keep that your tunnel vision. I say it's tunnel vision. Stay in tunnel vision mode for whatever it is that you want. Whether it's good friendships, good food, good money, good weed, good, like whatever it is that you want, like go out, have that tunnel vision for it. Because like Raylene said, nobody's gonna help you but you. It's your life. You are the captain of your own ship. You are a one-man ship and you're the captain. So putting your depending on anything else or anyone else is ultimately going to hinder you as a person eventually. Sometimes you can ride people coattails, or you can ride certain things out, but all things come to an end. Like when it comes to certain things like that, it run its course. So once it runs its course, what are you gonna do? You stuck back at square one? No. That's why overcoming it, you have to stay on top. Like with me, for example, with my depression, yes, I overcame it, but I have to keep fighting every day to stay on top of it and not let myself slip back to that place where I was, because it's so easy. I'm telling y'all, to have like 1 week I'll be feeling so great, like I'm on top of the world, and then the next week I'll be like, I don't know, I just feel like nobody here for me, like I don't care, like, and I have to snap out of it, like, no, like I cannot do that. Like I have to stay on track and really be the anchor of my own life and love myself. Like, girl, love yourself. Like every day I wake up, I say affirmations, I say good things, I say positive things to myself throughout the day. I make sure to do breathing exercises just to keep myself on track. It's work. It's work. Like you have to put in the work in order to reap the benefits. To see the benefits, you have to put in the work. It's not just gonna come to you. Exactly. So that's why I feel like people really need to hone in and really have that tunnel vision in everything. Like I feel like if enough people have that mindset and that mentality that we're talking about today to just push forward and progress, our community will start to grow and come together as a whole, because everybody's on one accord. Everybody's on one page. They have the same, vision in mind, is to uplift themselves and the community around them.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. I just feel like you said, it all starts with yourself.
Definitely.
Everything that you do, everybody that's around you, starts with you. Like you said, be the change that you want to be in this world.
Like Gandhi said, yep. I got that quote on my wall, because you definitely, and I never forget, I found that quote in the 10th grade, and it just stuck with me all through life. You have to be that change you want to see in the world.
Absolutely.
Like, it starts with you, because it's going to become a domino effect. Somebody's going to see what you're doing, and they're going to follow suit. Mm-hmm. Not in a negative way.
In a positive way.
In a positive way, like, dang, I see the light. I see that love. I want it. Like, and yes, some people, they're going to try to take it from you, and that's your job, to be the protector of yourself. What you have going. But ultimately, like I said, it's pure bliss.
All right, and that's a wrap for this week's episode. Please be sure to check us out on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud. Please be sure to check us out. You can follow me, Raylene Inez, with one Z on Twitter, 2 Z's on Instagram. You can follow me at Rayda Rose, 3 A's, RayDaRozAAY on the Snap. Destiny, tell me where they can find you at.
I got lost. You can find me on Instagram at Destinee Denise with 3 E's on the end. And you can find me on Snapchat at Destinee Denise with 2 E's on the end. But when y'all snap me, tell me who y'all are. Don't get mad when I say who it is. Like, I don't know who you are. Like, I be getting people mad at me, saying I'm mean. Jesus.
All right, and that's it for this week's episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later. Tune in next week.